Hey viewers, welcome back to another episode of my show. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about leading, about a dozen ways of leading more productive meetings. Times have changed when we used to meet in a personal conference room, and now you have your virtual conference room, and it becomes very tricky and difficult to engage your audience and also make them more productive and get the most out of such virtual meetings. So here are a few tips you can use when you are meeting virtually. Tip number one, open the meeting 5 minutes early. Tip number two, call on people by their names. Tip number three, create a parking lot or issue bin. What does that mean? When topics come up that are important but not relevant to the agenda, add them to the whiteboard in your meeting platform or to a blank slide. This will help people feel heard and keep the meeting on track. Just don't forget to revisit the ideas and make a plan for how and when they'll be addressed. Tip number four, set the ground rules for communication ahead of time. Now, what does that mean? To get better engagement with fewer interruptions, communicate guidelines ahead of the call on key settings like passwords, using the waiting room, whether everyone will be on mute, helpful for large set of audience, or and using virtual backgrounds. So, because some people find them distracting, create a template that you can easily add to your meeting invite or email and rinse and repeat ahead of each call. Tip number five, use fun features during the meeting. Take advantage of features like hand raise and reactions like hand clap or thumbs up to encourage your team to engage with the discussion. Tip number six, strategically position your Zoom windows. It's very important. Make eye contact easier by putting your Zoom window as close to the web camera as possible. The closer you gaze into your is to your web camera, the better you'll be able to connect and emotionally engage with your team. Watch your body language at the same time. There are several strategic things you can do as a leader or as the host of the meeting to make your video presentation more powerful to those listening and watching. Tip number seven, use confident body postures. When you are presenting or speaking, sit on just the front half of the chair instead of scooting all the way back, which opens your diaphragm to help you project your voice. Keep your back straight, lean in just a bit, and let your shoulders relax. All of which leads to a confident body posture that indicates you're engaged. Tip number eight, use hand gestures for emphasis. Just like you would if you were in an in person meeting, use your hands to drive a point home. Push your hands forward to emphasize an important statement. Hold them wide to communicate that big idea, or hold up the fingers to demonstrate numbers like the three proposals you're introducing. Tip number nine, choose your time to chime in. Sorry, go ahead. No, it's okay, you go ahead. Without the normal body language cues of an in person meeting, it's hard to know when to speak up. So choose your time. Make the meeting productive. To improve meetings, you need to be mindful and skillful about their design and delivery. Tip number 10, hold a walking meeting, especially when we are feeling still stir crazy and stuck at home. Change things up by holding a walking meeting. It may have to be audio only, but it's a great way to get the juices flowing creatively. You can also hold a standing meeting on video, but keep it 15 to 20 minutes. And subtle change in the setup will help people focus, engage, and feel more invigorated. Tip number 11. Keep the meeting as short as possible. Inspired by team sports, when you huddle up before or after a game or practice, the work huddle is short and can happen every day, typically in the mornings. You can also cut down your meeting time by 5 to 10%. Instead of 30 minutes, meet for 25 minutes. Or set an arbitrary length of, say, 22 minutes to get everyone's attention with the invite. And the last tip number 12 is encourage silence. When you're trying to generate new ideas, you need to get everyone's input. And one of the best ways to do that is creating opportunities for silence. Try brainwriting, where everyone takes a few quiet minutes to just write down their ideas before sharing them. Or assign silent reading on a new project proposal so participants can evaluate the proposal and based on its merit, not the eloquence of the presenter. I hope you have liked these tips, and these tips you might find helpful when you are doing and hosting these virtual meetings. With that, I take your leave. Thank you very much for all your support. Please like and share my video, and please subscribe to my channel if you have not yet. I'll see you soon. Till then, bye bye. Stay safe and stay healthy.